With most romance anime, the main character is a loser, then meets a girl and has the biggest harem of all time, but bottom tier character Tomozaki is just that, except the main character Tomozaki isn't a loser. He's a loser that is the #1 TAC fan player in all of Japan. Yes, that is just Super Smash Bros. Yes, you that grind out Smash Bros like it pays the bills. Yes, you that watch Smash Bros like your life depends on it. You have won the lottery, because this romance anime will teach you how to go from a loser that grinds Smash Bros all day to a functioning member of society. Side note, viewer discretion needed. This is a world where everyone is obsessed with Smash Bros, and I mean obsessed. Kids challenge other kids to games after schools with intense battles, and even more unrealistically, they have girls watching them. Yes, you heard me right, not just one girl, multiple. This is a world so passionate about Smash Bros. That whole character arc shift because of it. Love is lost because of it. The main character even came out of his shell and ranted and turned into Kanaki Ken because of it.
Come on, it's not a joke. You are!
By the way, it's called TAC fam in this world. But jokes aside, I wasn't joking. Bottom tier character Tomozaki is essentially your typical romance anime storyline, but every single turn has an interesting spin, from animation choices to the slice of life moments to character decisions, pacing, and yes, the ultimate goal of the MC is
have a girlfriend before starting your 3rd year of high school.
Huh?
So Tomozaki starts off the anime as a complete loser, looking like an isekai character before they die. Except he's not a gamer because he's lonely, he's a gamer because he thinks the game of life is boring. And this driving motivation makes him the #1 TAC fan player in all of Japan until something obscure happens. Reality and TAC fan blend when the #2 TAC fan player in all of Japan requests to meet up with him, and then boom, shock, gore, horror, the worst thing that could happen to an introvert happens. The #2 TAC fan player in Japan is the most popular girl in his school. Now I know what you're thinking. This is the romance option. There can't be anyone else. No, that couldn't be further from the truth. This girl is more deceitful than Lelouch himself. So conniving that she would make Light write his own name in the Death Note. Essentially, she verbally berates him for like 5 minutes on some Stephen A shit until she decides to teach Tomozaki the way to play the game of life. Now pause. You're confused, aren't you? Sounded like this is about to be a pretty weird story, this whole game of life thing. So essentially, here's the driving concept of the girl Hinami. She looks at everything like an RPG game with stats and social standings and hierarchy, so using an ulterior ego at school, she views herself from this third-person perspective as winning at life. She sets out to teach Tomozaki how to play this game, which sounds really cringe and weird, but trust me, the execution gets good. The episodes go like this. She sets him out to go on a mission at the beginning of the episode, and he has to complete the task, and most tasks are like, go talk to a girl.
Why are you here so early, Tomozaki?
What the hell? I can't very well ignore her after she's talked to me first. Maybe I should tell her the real reason.
Hello?
Go cut your hair. Stop sitting like a gamer who's the #1 TAC fan player in Japan.
Improving your posture will change the way you act and feel.
Like this?
Now hold it.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Checking your butt muscles.
Huh?
But the thing that this anime does really good is taking its time. You actually get to see this character progress from the state of being a lonely loser that looks like a hermit to being someone respectable, and not just in the eyes of the public but himself. This journey is quite visible as well, and how many times have you watched an isekai or romance anime and 90% of them the main character is just brushing himself up for 2 episodes, then most of the anime he's just in the friend zone, or in the case of Rent a Girlfriend, renting her out. I'm a massive Rent a Girlfriend fan, but how is he still renting her out in the manga? It's like 300 chapters. But anyways, if you're not sold yet, you need to understand the execution a little bit more clearly, because it's not just how he looks that changes, but literally how he is talking to people, and he ends up making real friends and entering real cliques with characters that aren't the devil incarnate. He tries to interact with the real world, and yeah, he makes people mad.
I hate people who make fun of TAC fam. I hate when idiots who don't know how to do anything mock other people's hard work. What I hate most is people like you!
And yeah, he embarrasses himself.
Yes? Can I help you find something?
Well, I wanted to... I want that mannequin.
It's pretty cool to see a romance anime that isn't just centered around him getting with a girl. It's first about him getting out of his shell with a cast that actually has depth. Yes, you heard me right. There's a new romance anime that's out in 2024 that came out this year, and characters besides the main character and romance interests have depth. I know it's crazy, but this all plays into him learning how to function in society, because this dude is involved in trauma. He's taking solo mini arcs with everyone. He's fighting for his life half the time, and it's pretty funny to see him trying his best even when he does this.
Wait, now's my chance. Should we call you Pinky?
This is like when the quiet kid in class who hasn't spoken for your entire 12 years of education just comes out the wings with one sentence where he just roasts the fuck out of someone. Like, goddamn, he did not have to do that. I don't know why he did that, but he did it. And you see someone go from socially anxious to someone that is proud of the person he is, and it's a story a lot of people can relate to. And let's be honest, here you are watching a video on anime and I'm making a video on anime, so we've got to be down bad to some degree. And it's pretty easy to see yourself in this character because you remember that point in life where it was easier to be quiet in the corner and just let the days whip by instead of pushing to find yourself in this world. And Tomozaki goes through struggles where he doesn't feel authentic to himself, and that's okay because it's all part of a journey. And although this is technically about him leveling up, it's really a journey of discovery and finding yourself. Seeing a character force himself into uncomfortable situations leads you to learning about the character, but also just genuinely be entertained. It's almost like watching your friend give a presentation in front of the class. You're cringing through it all, but you're also telling yourself he's trying his best, but I'm gonna still have to roast him later. So I'd be remiss to not mention the coolest part of this anime in its animation style. They switch into this really sick retro game style when they're doing their exposition and doing their jokes, and it's a really dope way to show off expression. You see games like Pokemon in here, Zelda in here. It's really cool, and with most modern anime just doing that typical chibi big head stuff, it's awesome to see someone switch it up and create a product that's actually unique. It fits in well with the gamer vibe of the whole world. And as you guys can see too, the comedy in this anime and build up of tension is enough to keep you hooked for a while, and the second season just wrapped up and it's just as good as the first. So give bottom tier character Tomozaki a try and check out how to write the best side character in anime, and leave a like, subscribe, and don't forget, we're just getting started, we're gonna stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next video.